Hey guys, how's it going on? This is second video of Numpy playlist series, and in last video we have seen some introduction part of Numpy. In last video we have seen what is Numpy, why do we need Numpy. Also we learned that why Numpy is very fast compared to any other packages. And in this video, this is second video, and in this video we are going to learn how to create array in Numpy. There are many ways to create array in Numpy. You can use np.array function, you can use np.zero, np.one and many other functions. So we are going to learn all functions one by one. But first let's learn how to install Numpy in our Python. You can just open command prompt and just say pip install Numpy, that's it. In my device Numpy is already installed, that's why it is saying that requirement already satisfied. If you are getting any kind of issue while installing Numpy, so you can drop that issue in comment section. Now let's import Numpy library. Here I am going to create one variable called x, and I am going to use function called np.array. So this is first function, and we are going to create array with help of this function np.array. Inside this np.array, I am going to pass one list, one Python list, and inside this Python list I am going to pass few numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, some random numbers just. Now let's run this code. So here we are getting one array, Numpy array. This is not a Python list. You can also check type of this variable. So you can see that here we are getting numpy.nd array. Also you can check data type of this variable. So you have to just use d type attribute, and here you can see that here we are getting integer 32, that means integer size of 32 bit. There are many data types in Numpy, like you can use integer 8, integer 16, integer 32 and integer 64. Integer 64 is the maximum size of integer in Numpy array. So let's learn how to change data type of array in Numpy. It is very easy. You have to just pass another parameter like this d type, and inside d type you can pass data type, like here I am going to pass integer 8. So now you can see that the data type of variable x is now changed. Now data type of variable x is integer 8, that means integer of 8 bit. So there are many data types in Numpy. Let's talk about data types in Numpy. So smallest data type in Numpy is integer 8. Second data type, that is the integer 16. Third data type is integer 32, that means integer of 32 bit. And the biggest one is integer 64. Now let's talk about range of these integers. Let's talk about first range of integer 8. Range of integer 8 is something like minus 128 to 127. That means you can store number between minus 128 to 127. So you can store 127. Okay. If you store number more than 127 in integer 8, so it will generate some random numbers. Range of integer 16 is something like minus 32,768 or something like that. Okay, minus 32,768 to plus 2,768, minus 32,768 to minus 32,767. Okay, something like that. Now let's talk about range of integer 32. range of integer 32 is very huge, like minus 2 billion to plus 2 billion. That means you can store numbers between minus 2 billion to plus 2 billion, minus 2 billion to plus 2 billion. And range of 64 bit is very large. You can store numbers between minus 9 quintillion to plus 9 quintillion. That's a very huge number. Now let's talk about what happens if we add if I add 129 inside integer 8 data type. So here you can see that the data type of this x is a integer 8, and I'm going to add number more than 127. Let's try to add 129, and here let me try to add. Okay, so here you can see that it is showing us some random numbers. Here we added 129, but it is showing us minus 127 because the range of integer 8 is minus 129 to 127. You can also change data type, like here I am just going to say integer 16, and now you can see that. Now let's talk about another function to create array in NumPy. So there are two functions like np.zero and np.one. Both are very much similar. Let's first talk about np.zero. So here I am going to create one variable y and np.zeros, and inside that I am going to pass one tuple. Inside this tuple I am going to pass size of array like 5 cross 5, 5 rows, 5 columns. So let me try to add 5 cross 5. Okay, and y. So here you can see that here we are getting array of 5 cross 5, and inside this array all element is same 0. So let's check data type of this variable y. Okay, so it is showing us float 64. Whenever you create array with np.zero function, that time the by default data type will be float 64. Okay, or whenever you create array with np.array, that time the by default data type value will be int 32. Let's use another function called np.ones. So let me create one variable z and np.ones, and inside I am going to just pass 6 cross 6. So you can see that here we are getting 6 cross 6 matrix, and the size and the all element is same 1. And let's check data type. Data type is float 64. So whenever you create array with help of np0 and np1, data type will be same, that is a float 64. You can also change data type with help of this d type. Like I am going to just say here integer 32. So you can see that now data type is integer 32. Now let's talk about another function that is very useful. So let me create one variable, let's say variable, and I'm going to use np.linspace. So here I am going to pass three parameters. First parameter will be starting value, second parameter will be ending value, and the third parameter will be gap between numbers. Like I am going to just say 1 to 10 and let's say 5. So this function will generate numbers evenly spaced. Like if I run this variable, so you can see that the gap or a difference between 1 and 3.25 and the difference between 3.25 and 5.5 will be same. It will generate numbers with a same gap. Okay, so you can generate 100 numbers too, like this. So you can see that. Now let's talk about another function. So another function is np.arange. It is same as a range function in Python. Now let me create another variable where true and np.range. Inside this range you have to pass the starting point and ending point like 1 to 10, and it will generate numbers between 1 to 10, 1 to 9, because 10 is the ending point. If you want to generate numbers between 1 to 10, so you can simply pass 1 to 11. It is almost same as a range function in Python. Like you can also generate this kind of number like this, range 1 to 11. So you can see that. So let's revise something. We learned about np.array function. Inside that you have to pass list, and inside that list we can pass numbers. Okay, you can change data type with help of d type. Also you can change you can check data type of variable with help of d type attribute. We learned about integer 8, integer 16, integer 32 and integer 64. There are many types of data types in NumPy. Okay, so also there are float 8, float 16, float 32 and float 64. After that we learn np.zero function, that is generate array or a matrix with all zeros. After that we learn about np.ones, np.linspace and np.range. Okay, so we learn about np.array, that is the first function. That is after that we learn about np.zero, that is the second function. After that we learn about np.one. After that we learn about np.linspace, and after that np.arange. We learn 5 functions. You can create array with any function. Okay, so if you have any question about all kind of this function, you can ask me in comment section. And if you and do subscribe and turn on notification bell for next video. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any question, you can just ask me in comment section.